So that was still maybe my favorite entrance.
Yeah, but
And go. All right, welcome everyone to episode 2 of season 2 for Coaches on the Couch. Brent and Sydney back with you. I think we're maybe actually on a week delay from what we said we were going to do, right? Didn't we say we were going to do them before SWOCC?
I think so.
Yeah, and we didn't do that. So, but we promise to be better moving forward. We will do these kind of weekly now. Also probably trying to do it earlier in the week than we're filming this on a Wednesday. Probably try to film them on Monday moving forward. But anyway, I want to take a little bit of a deeper dive into SWOCC. We did a quick kind of 2-minute recap on the next day, so that was Saturday, that you can go back and watch on either Instagram or here on YouTube on our short section to find out. But yeah, so a little bit deeper dive there, and then looking ahead to Linfield for y'all. But yeah, so we swam SWOCC on last Friday. The men came away with a loss, which was kind of expected, right? Like they're super good. SWOCC's a super good team. Yeah. We'll get into that in a second. The women came away with a win, which is exciting. First win. It is an exhibition, so like it doesn't officially count as win-loss, but it's still good to see the score and end up with the W. So, but yeah, so we'll go through the men's section first. I got some notes so I don't forget things. But yeah, men's, right? It was. We knew it was going to be tough for them to. Well, if you just look at a scoreboard, right? Yeah. Like the way the dual meet, if you don't know, the way dual meet scoring is set up, you get 9 points for first, 4, 3, 2, 1 down to fifth, and then nothing for sixth. And then relays are 11, 4, and 2. 3 individuals from each team can score, and up to 2 relays can score. And so yeah, SWOCC, they were like super deep, right? Yeah. They're super deep, very, very talented on the men's side. Will not be surprised if they get second at their nationals again. And so I think if you're just looking at the score, super deceiving, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, because it doesn't show what we were looking for with them in that meet.
Yeah.
Right? It just shows who put their hand at what point in time.
Yeah. That's a good point too, right? Like, yes, we want them to swim fast. We want them to win races, and I think they did a good job of racing. I think it's just an example of their depth and talent versus our depth and talent. And realistically, that's what it's really going to come down to in a lot of our dual meets, right? Is who's deeper and who's more talented. You know, I ended up pulling together all the numbers for what official rosters are online, and I will say our numbers for the men aren't under the, like, we're at the average, but I think what's gonna hurt us in the long run is that, or I shouldn't say hurt us, but what's going to be a challenge for us is we are not as deep in some events as some other teams are, even with the similar numbers that we have, you know. So, we'll figure it out. Just a couple call outs here. Try and call up actually in the 50 and the 100 breaststroke. That 50 breaststroke, I think everybody finished within half a second of each other. Yeah, everybody was like 27.3 to 27.8 or 27.9, right? And so like that was a great race. It really came down to the touch. I think Try finished second and Kalapa got fourth in the 50. Try second in the 100, and Kalapa was fourth in the 100, I think. Yeah. So good, great races for them. Excited to watch them go. Shout out to Jan in that 100 breast as well. Also shout out to Jan for that 500 free. Like great 5 for him. He said it was the first, maybe the fastest early season 5 he's ever done. So that was super cool. Exciting for him. Kevin in the sprint freeze. Kevin threw down some good sprint free times for us on the relay and in the individuals. And then it was just good to see the first year swim, right? It was just great to watch all the first year swim. We've been training for, 7+ weeks now, and just to get to see them swim not against competition, right? So Lucas, Ethan, Austin, Try, Jan. Who am I missing? I'm missing people. And now I feel bad. And now we're like coming to a slamming halt because of this. But Michael, yeah. And it was like, so it was good to see all of them swim, and excited for where we're gonna go with them as we continue on forward.
That's sad. We have so many names running through our head at a certain time. Could tell you their face.
Yeah, right. And then the one shout out, we got to also shout out Nick, right? Nick coming in with that 50 free out of nowhere.
Yep. What did he get? 23?
Yeah, 23 low or something like that. But Nick will not be a sprinter.
No.
I'm sorry, Nick. You're gonna stay in the mile.
So sorry.
But yeah. The women, just some shout outs there. Tessa for the 50-100 fly, double win there. That was awesome. She looked really good in her 100 fly, especially strong, I think a little bit faster than where she was last year at this time. And so, yeah, it'll be exciting to see Jillian winning in the 2 with a very solid time, very close to conference leading time, and a good fight in the 5. Like, she went out and grabbed it, and that SWOCC woman just, kind of ran her down at the end, but that's okay.
That's what she needed to do.
Yeah, it's what she needed to do to put herself into the position to have the opportunity to win, right?
Yeah.
So it was good. Emma Knopfsinger, for her 50 free, mid-distance coming out of nowhere. Emma, did you see Emma's comment on the Instagram post? She was like, how come no one's shouting out my 50? So here you go, Emma, shouting out your 50. But Emma did also a great job in the backstrokes. And I know she's been putting in a lot of work for her 500 free, which I believe I have her seated in that for this weekend. So that'll be good. And then Emma Schabel as well in the backstrokes. I think she took second in both the 50 and the 100 back. So great shout out for her. And then, of course, the first year women as well.
Yeah.
Swam really well. Excited. Pranka, Hannah, Grace, Cyan. And goodness gracious, why do I always mess on the last person?
And it doesn't matter who it is.
I know, right?
It's just the order of the names.
Yeah. So,
oh my gosh.
Wow, it's embarrassing because this one is not coming to me right now. I'll come back to it. But again, it was great to watch the first years compete and really get to learn how they are in a competition setting that's not just a simulation, right? And get into it. So, overall a great meet. I thought we were in a really good spot athletically, and I think we're in a better spot though culturally. And this is what I spent, a good time talking about our debrief with the team was, hey, the energy on deck and the cheering and the going after it, regardless of who's in the water, the not sitting, like I appreciate all that. And I think they felt it. Like we talked to some of the turners and they thought it was good. And, that's what we want, right? And kind of what I challenged them, and this, we see it every year, but it's like, what are they going to do to maintain that and not get complacent with it?
Yeah.
Right. And it's tough because I think you and I can see it, and we want to be able to spark it, but at the end of the day, we know in the back of our head, like it cannot come from us, right? It cannot come from us. Do
so much.
And so I do really appreciate the leadership from the returners, the leadership from the captains, even those who don't hold an official leadership position, but being able to step into that role of, hey, this is how we conduct ourselves during meets and how we go. So yeah, it was a good job. And it still has not come to me who our missing first year women is, and I'm really sorry about that. We'll make sure to get it next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, gosh, maybe it'll come to me by the end of this video. But anyway, so let's look ahead to Linfield, right? We compete them on Saturday. Like I said, it is Wednesday, so we're up in a couple days here. We have our kind of draft lineup out, which is our first shot at 13 event format, short format. For anybody at home who doesn't know what that means, it means the medley relay and the freestyle relay will be 200s. The stroke events will be hundreds of stroke, but we will do the 400 IM and the 1650. We do call that short format though, because we're looking at relays and stroke events. Distance always needs to flop in their mind that short means long for them. So it'll be exciting. It'll be first mile, first 400 IM. We've done everything else up to this point, but yeah, first mile and first 400 IM, which are some big events, it'll be good. We'll get the mile, we'll get this lineup at least one more time. We'll get the long format at least once before we go off to Bruin Invite. So a little bit limited in the long format opportunities before Bruin, but it is what it is, right? Other people will be in the same boat.
Yeah.
So.
And if you train it enough.
Yeah. So, my thoughts on Linfield is it'll be exciting to see where we're at and where they're at. They are traditionally a very strong program in the Northwest Conference. Their women have been very good in the last handful of years. Their men, while a little bit smaller than their women's side, have been very laced with talent.
Yeah.
And I think, looking at their roster, kind of more of the same. Again, they're probably similar size-wise to us, but talent for talent, I think that's where it's going to come. And I think we're strong in some events they may not be, but I also think on the flip, they are strong in some events we aren't. And so I think it can be, okay, now when we're coming up against our first conference competition that, we'll see again at conference because they won't be at Bruin, is how do we respond, right? Do we say, hey, you're traditionally a better power than us, so there's a little bit of intimidation there, or is it going to be like, yeah, we know we can go toe to toe with you, right? We saw that conference last year. Like, yes, Linfield women ended up higher than us, and Linfield men, of course, ended up higher than us. But from the men's side, I think we were definitely more talented than we were last year with who we have in the water, just in different events. Yeah. It's not saying last year's team wasn't talented.
It's just different.
Yeah, different. And so I think we'll be able to contend in a dual meet a lot better. Yeah. When I think back to last year's dual meet with Linfield, it was relatively close. I think we were both teams were tired because it was the end of the year last year versus the beginning. So last meet. Yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see the difference. Also, the end of the year versus the beginning of the year for that. Even though it is a traditional rivalry with us, for them or for both of us. But again, with what we graduated last year versus what's on the team this year and who we brought in, I just think it'll be a different meet, right? Because we won't have as much strength in maybe the sprint freeze, but I would argue we are definitely stronger in some of the stroke events this year. Mm-hmm. I think our mid distance has gotten better. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll see. So if you are going to come or watch, which is on Flow College now for streaming, Saturday, 11 a.m. here at Sparks. If you come down, we'll hope to see you there. And if you're streaming, thank you for the support from afar. But yeah, we'll kind of wrap that video here. Next week, we'll do kind of a deeper dive into the Linfield results and maybe looking forward into practice because we will be off competition the weekend of the 8th. And then after that, we'll look kind of forward to Puget Sound and Pacific Lutheran. Yeah, so excited. We'll see. Yeah. A couple days out.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, so all right, all. Thanks for watching us, rocking with us here. Any last words of wisdom for the fans?
Have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Just in life in general.
That's rule number 1. Have fun.
I thought rule number was we don't talk about Fight Club.
No, that's just you.
Well, I don't talk about Fight Club, so. Anyway, thanks for checking out episode 2. Hope to catch you in episode 3. We'll see y'all.
Bye. Also, the 5th year is Allison. The 5th person is Allison.
That's right.
She didn't swim.
We should keep that right there.
Yeah. Just super, cut. It didn't be like, 5th year. The 5th person was Allison. She didn't even swim. She was waiting. She was waiting to travel.
I feel like I need to put the air on. It's so hot in here.
Well, yeah, we have the door closed.